Right, here we go. This is Sean Stevens, the Data Analytics CA2, the final project. It was me and Roisin McPhillips. Me and Roisin we were partners for this. So this is the database table. This was whenever it was put into MySQL and we had to export as the SQL. This was what we used to import the data. This was the titles of each field. We changed them all to varchar and text and numbers and stuff accordingly. Then this is step 3. Roisin did step 3. I did steps 4, 5 and 6. So this is the maximum mean standard deviation for each year, well, not for each year, for 2016 2017, which was the question. And she went on to do each province and had to rank each county and whatnot, and had to do all this. Then we have step 4, which is my stuff, which starts about here. Also for step 3, this is the database. This was Roisin's stuff for each of those graphs and steps. Then we have step 4, which was mine, which was the hypothesis testing, and I had to test to see if the average house price on each province differed in 2017, and I had to do 6 tests, compare each county against each county, which you can see here. Step 4 part 1, which is all of these. This is the data that I got from the pivot table to do each test. The pivot table is here. This was where I was doing most of it, and it was brought from this, which is all of the data that we had from the original database that we downloaded. Then we go, we have this, which tests to see how likely it is that if they're different, and every single one of them, I found that they were different, which is apparent from looking at the data. Then we have step 2, which is here. Went to the Word document, down to step 2. Had to see if they increased from 2010 to 2017, which is summarized here. But you can also see in the Excel file here. So that's the average for 2010 to 2017, standard deviation, and the N. And then this was all of the data that was to be used for here. And I found that yes, they have changed, have increased from 2010 to 2017. And that was all, of course, brought from the pivot table and all of the data here. Then step 3, I had to find the new houses, see if new houses cost more than second-hand houses in Dublin 10, which is summarized here in the report, which is here. Summarize again. If we look at the Excel, we can see that second-hand houses cost more. So the new houses actually cost less than second-hand houses, which I found through the use of this. And that is all the data from the, I think I changed it there depending on what I needed. And step 5 is the correlation graph, which was found using this. We see from this that there is a positive correlation between the house prices of Dublin and Louth, which means that they're both increasing towards 2017. There was a dip in Louth, but overall, like towards 2017, they were increasing, which is again summarized in here. In the prediction, we had to produce a scatter plot showing the prediction of the price, which I extended out to the date, which was found here, which is step 6. That was the scatter plot, as we can see. You can see here, which was made using all this data. That's the scatter plot. Had to extend it out to find the date, to find the price by the end of June 2019. Then you have step 2, which was the trend line. Step 3 was the standard deviation, which should be, if I look up, this is it here. That was the mean, and that was the standard deviation. Step 4 was the probability between 200 and 300,000, which is all of this. Part 5 was 400,000, which was this. 0.45 chance, which means it's very unlikely. Part 6 is if a particular estate agent was to sell 2 houses, and again, that is very unlikely. The chance of them to sell 6 out of the 10, was it? At least 6 out of the 10, so it gets less likely the more, because even from here, the chance of greater than 400,000 you can see here is 0.45, so of course it's going to be really unlikely that they sell 6 of them for more than that. Here is the exported SQL file. Not really going to go through that whole thing. Jesus. The PowerPoint, which is by me and Roisin, and I think that should be it. Of course, Roisin would have went over step 3, which is this, in more detail in her screencast, and I went over steps 4 to 6 in my screencast. So yeah, I think that is it. That is it. Longer than 5 minutes, but sure. What about it?